yeah, this is gonna be a really short video, like stupidly short, only a few seconds. But I just want to talk about masterworking your armor. As you can see, I've actually got a few masterwork pieces here. I've actually been able to fill up my gauntlets for whatever reason. I actually need to maybe dismantle some of these. I don't know, but I really want to talk about masterworking your armor because before Armor 2.0 in Season of Opulence, masterworking your armor just seemed like a waste of resources. Waste of your, it's like a waste of resources. So it never felt like it was really any good. But now with the addition of some of the old D1 perks of these 3 perks right here, Strength, Intellect, and whatever that one is for your grenades, it's kind of good to masterwork your armor. Because let's go over what. 1 minute. Jesus Christ. I will in a second. Can you give me a minute? I will in a minute. I got a dog in my room, but I'll do that in a minute. Because if you go over a masterworked weapon, well, let's see what it does. If you look down here where my... What's up? I'm not talking to nobody. Jiminy Christ, man.
Really?
What? Stay.
Arctic.
Arctic, no. Pirate, come on. Pirate, come here. Whatever. Okay, now that crap's out of the way. Let's go over masterworked weapons. So, where my cursor is, you can see, because this has a masterwork of stability. If you go over the stability perk, as you can see, it gives adds stability. Before masterworking your armor, it only gave you resistance to elements. So when you were getting shot by Fallen, and you had a masterwork armor that had a arc resilience, you only got you only were able to resist. Shut up, Snickers. You were only able to resist arc damage. A little bit. But now with these perks being added back, if you go to a piece of armor 2.0, you can actually see the stats of your armor: mobility, resilience, recovery. I'm not gonna pronounce that one. Intellect and strength. All these stats. As you can see, I got high. I'm not gonna pronounce it. Disc plane, I think it's. Well, I'm not gonna pronounce it. But basically, for my grenade, what I can do, and now let's go over a masterworked piece of armor. So if you look over at the stats, it overall increases all of the stats. As you can see, all of the stats gain bonuses to their stats. So, honestly, and from the new pit of from the new pit of Heresy dungeon, actually for the first encounter, that's actually how I got my first piece of masterwork armor, which is this Dreambane cloak, which is the cloak from the moon, which is this cloak right here. But I'm putting this on it. Looks a lot better, but yeah, doing it basically, you should start masterworking your armor. It is actually stupidly expensive to masterwork your armor. You do got to get a hold of these ascendant shards and you got to get a hold of enhancement cores, and you got to get a hold of. Let's go over a masterwork piece of armor real quick. I think level 7. I think go over level 7. You also got to get a hold of enhancement prisms, which they're all really expensive. To get enhancement cores, you just gotta do bounties from the gunsmith. To get enhancement prisms, you actually gotta use your masterwork cores. You gotta buy it with your not masterwork cores, your enhancement cores. And to buy ascendant shards, you gotta buy it with enhancement prisms, which the enhanced prisms cost the core, so you don't really want to do that. So if you can actually get a 3-person fire team, and if you guys are all badass players, you want to start doing the Nightfall, the Ordeal. Because as you can see in the Legend difficulty, exotic key, you want to, or you want to do the master version. Because as you can see, the rewards really for enhanced prisms and ascendant shards, the rarities are really good. Like, they're really good. Like, enhanced prisms are common, and ascendant shards are uncommon. So you want to get a hold of as many of those as possible. For the enhanced prisms, I think you can hold quite a bit of those. But for the ascendant shards, you can only hold 3 of them, which I think is stupid. You should be able to hold a whole stack of them. But you know, whatever floats Bungie's boat, whatever. But only being able to hold 4 of them, 3 of them, that's kind of stupid. But you know, so it does cost quite a bit of materials to get these cores, to get the enhanced prisms. But if you guys were playing Iron Banner, which I never really grinded Iron Banner, I only got my pinnacles, but that's about it. They come with high stat rolls. I actually got this sword fight, which is the season of the Undying, which we're currently in now for a few more days. Is the season 8 Crucible armor set chest piece from my hunter. It came with a really high grenade stat. The disc plane. This one right here, basically where it recharges your grenade faster. So I'm able to get my grenade really fast. So honestly, these new stat perks that they added back from D1 are awesome to get a hold of. As if you masterwork a piece of armor, which is really expensive, by the way, Bungie. So, but I don't really care. You know, I digress. But if you really don't, you know, some people are gonna spend time grinding to masterwork the armor. People are not. But I digress. I really want to try to get masterwork armor because of these. Because the fact that you get a boost to every single stat. What Bungie could have done is you could have chose a stat. When you get to max level energy, you could have focused on a stat you wanted to build. And it kind of boosted to all stats, which is kind of good. That boosted to all stats. But here's what I think, Bungie, you should have done. When you get to energy level 10, you can choose which stat you want to boost the most, or you can go for a specific stat. Like if you wanted to strictly build around your grenade, you could choose to put all of these extra points on your grenade, or you could split it in half, where you had to use half grenade, half like intellect, strength, mobility, etc. You can basically build a lot easier. Bungie didn't actually allow that, so I don't know why Bungie just didn't decide to do that. I really think Bungie should have allowed that. Now let me show you about the Ascendant. Over to the gunsmith now. Let's go over to our gunsmith friend, Banshee 44. Well, because we actually need to go here. I should have spawned here before. Sorry about that long wait. But as you can see, you can buy the the Ascendant shards and the enhancement prisms. But as you can see, if you go over the enhancement prisms, they're expensive. They take 10 enhancement cores, which are very hard to acquire, might I add. Because every bounty, actually only these 3 bounties give you enhancement cores, which you get 3 enhancement cores a day, which I think is stupid. So these would cost maybe a little less. Like the glimmer, if you have some that will give you more glimmer, like I used this ghost shell earlier in a video about using the arbalist. But if you have a ghost shell that has a perk where you get more glimmer by going to a specific going to a specific planet and doing activities there, or by going to Crucible or doing strikes or doing public events, etc. Go ahead and get Glimmer that way. Or you can go to the Spider and buy Glimmer. But the Ascendant Shards cost 10 enhancement prisms, which would cost you, if you were gonna buy an Ascendant Shard, it would cost you 100 enhancement cores to be even able to buy one Ascendant Shard, which I think is ridiculous. Like the Glimmer, I mean, it's gonna cost you like 100,000 Glimmer to get one enhancement Ascendant Shard, not counting the Glimmer it takes to buy this thing, to buy the shard. So I think honestly farming your Glimmer is going to be good before next season. And yeah, I'm just saying Masterwork your armor when you can, because it is actually very beneficial. Like if you are a Titan and you're using Sunbreaker, you're using your solar subclass, and you're using the top tree, which has melting point, which is after sprinting for a minute, you can hammer strike into a target and deal, and everybody in your fire team deals, and it weakens enemies, the enemy that you hit or the boss that you hit, and you deal a little bit more damage. If you like building, if you want to build around that because you don't have a Monte Carlo exotic auto rifle to get your melee ability back instantly, you do want to build around. Strength. So you're gonna need to get this pretty high. Since I'm a hunter, the only reason why I want to focus on my strength ability is because of Night Stalker way for using the which is the way of the Pathfinder for Vanish and Smoke, or the Snare Bomb. But that's the only reason why I would want to do that, because if I was really gonna focus on the knives, I mean I can just go ahead and use the basically use this exotic hunter chest piece where I get 2 knife charges. Because during next season, the Hunter bottom tree for their solar subclass is going to get a one-shot headshot. It's basically a one-hit headshot throwing knife for PvP. I saw the animation, and it looks insane. But, you know, I saw True... I was hearing about True Vanguard. I saw a video where I saw True Vanguard's video on how he is worried, how he's not gonna really like the one-hit throwing knife, because he was saying that he's worried about the what's it called, utility factor, because he wants to have a knife where he could just throw it instantly and gain instant damage. I mean, you know what? I don't blame him. It ain't that hard to hit a throwing knife. I mean, actually, when you look at it, the throwing knife kind of has a little bit of a tracking feature, like the Jotun, as it says on the Jotun perk, a tracking shot, holding the to charge up a tracking shot. The throwing knife has like a tracking feature, like it's not hard. Like if it's like if it's this far away from like a target, it's not gonna miss. It's just gonna go. It's just gonna like. It's like somebody has a magnet on him, and the knife will just magically go over to the target and whack him. If you get lucky, hit him in a headshot and do a significant damage. You get one aggressive frame hand cannon off. I mean, aggressive hand cannon shot, or a quick body shot of your sniper, or a few shots. You know, like I do agree with that, but if you do like that, you can still go. They're not gonna. I think what Bungie should actually do is change that. Like you can hold down, you can press R1 to get that instant damage, but you won't get a one-shot headshot. But you gotta hold down the knife to get that one-shot headshot. But what they said is that somebody said that they're not gonna do that. It's always gonna have that a wind-up time, but you can use the top tree, which I don't think it's that bad, but you know, but I don't really care. I'm just playing the game, but I thought I would go over Masterworked Armor because Masterworking your armor is actually decent. Masterworking your class ability, I don't see it doing any good besides having max energy, which is actually really good because there's actually a lot of good mods for your energy for your class armor. Like for this one, I can use a finisher, whereas I can use a finisher that will heal me after I get a finisher kill, but. You know, whatever floats your boat, whatever kind of mods you have on your armor. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. But yeah, I thought I would go over Masterworked Armor because I think it's frankly better now than it was in Armor, basically in Season of Opulence Armor. I actually prefer the new Armor now because before, Armor just spawned with perks. Like, before, you couldn't choose what perks your mods had. Like, it automatically came with specific perks. Like, it automatically came with the perks. You can choose what perks you had on your armor. Now you can put the mods on your armor. Now you have some kind of control over your mods for your armor, which I absolutely adore. Having that control over my armor now. I'll talk about this in another video, where how I like Armor 2.0 a lot better than the old Armor, but I just want to go over Masterworking your armor, because it's frankly really useful now than it was last season, because it boosts all your stats. But before, you only had mobility, resilience, and recovery, which 3 stats. I mean, it's kind of like they were kind of the majority of the stats, but Bungie brought back the other 3 stats from D1, which I'm really happy about, by the way. Having some more of that nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? Having more nostalgia, but whatever. Yeah. So I'm just happy that I just wanted to go over, like I said, Masterworked Armor, and I'm saying that it is important. It is stupidly expensive. I think it should be a little bit less expensive because, like I said, I have to go over to the gunsmith.
Sure.
As you can see, the enhancement prisms, they cost a lot of enhancement cores. It's gonna cost you 100 enhancement cores to buy 1 ascendant shard, and it's just a stupid price for any people who've actually bought the season pass for Season of the Undying, which you can see only ends in 3 days. Yeah, you got quite a bit. You got 1, 2.
Out in the world, huh? Everything's still there.
I think I got 2 of them, right? You only got 2 of them. You only got 2 enhancement shards. I mean, ascendant shards. Where you got 5. I see 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That was 25 enhancement cores I saw with the pass, and I saw 8 enhancement prism, like 6 of them. So yeah, I think it's kind of unfair because not everybody bought the season pass either. Like some people just bought, you know, after Shadowkeep launched, people bought Shadowkeep afterwards. I just think it's a little bit unfair to people who didn't. Ooh, I didn't realize I got a good roll with that. With the kill with that right there, but whatever. I frankly just think that it should be a little bit less resource cost. The resource cost for them should be a little bit decreased. But Bungie, do whatever. I actually adore this game, no matter what Bungie does. But a lot of these changes are, some of them I think people say are frankly unnecessary. Some of them I'm actually gonna go ahead and frankly agree with, which I think is how expensive they are is frankly unneeded. Because right now, when Season of the Undying launched, Glimmer was so much needed, but whatever. Like, I just wanted to go over Masterworked, as I said multiple times. I just want to go over Masterworked Armor because it is frankly important to Masterwork your armor because it just gives you those good stat buffs. And if I actually go ahead and Masterwork this sword, this chest piece, I'm gonna get a massive what's it called? Grenade perk buff or stat buff. So Masterwork your armor if you can, and if you have the resources to spend. If of course you have them to spend. But that is it for this video. I hope you all have enjoyed and you found it somewhat informative. go ahead and leave a like if you did either enjoy it or find it informative, and hit that subscribe button for more videos of this one right here, for either gameplay, my opinions, or tips that are hopefully helpful. Like I said, if you did enjoy, leave a like. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you are new, and hit that notification bell, because YouTube is too lazy to send you a notification, and YouTube will basically forget like your channel even exists. So frankly, you have to hit that notification bell to get a notification of when I upload. But like I said, I hope you all have enjoyed. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, my peeps. Okay, peace out, my peeps.